support for the revolutionary solution.
Within veganism, if something doesn't work, we seem to keep doing it again and again. And if anything, we try to repeat the same tactic with more lies about how many people attend, how successful it is, how great the impacts are, and with ever more radical rhetoric. So Nation Rising started out by promising that what they were doing was, quote, not a protest, but a revolution, close quote. And they're back again this year, and mysteriously, their promises of revolution have not been fulfilled. And what they say is, quote unquote, not a protest, looks more like a pathetic protest than ever. And, last year they lied about how many people attended their event. I'll be interested to see if they lie again and claim that many hundreds of people or many thousands of people participated in this event. I pointed out last year that when you actually got a crowd shot showing everyone at the event or most of the people at the event in one frame of an image, maybe there were 30 people there, maybe there were 50 people there, but frankly, the numbers looked very, very small indeed. And it's not all about the numbers. It's also about the quality of what these people are doing with their time. Canada is a geographically enormous country. Toronto is probably the closest major city to Ottawa, but the trip from Toronto to Ottawa is at least 4 hours by car. If you take a bus, of course, it'll be more. It really is a huge amount of time and money. It's not cheap to stay in a hotel in Ottawa. To get from Toronto to Ottawa, stay in a hotel there. I was living in Victoria, BC. It is an unbelievable continent-spanning trip to get from Victoria to Ottawa. It's to take a lot of commitment, a lot of personal sacrifice to go. I would have gone if they had been nice to me, if they had been decent to me, these people. But of course they were assholes to me, like most vegan activists are. They think they're leaders of a revolution. They have a really high opinion of their importance. And of course they would never do something like appear on my channel, do an interview and talk about what they're doing in their movement. That would have been a really successful way for them to promote themselves and maybe have more than 30 people attend their event, come and talk about vegan politics and what they're trying to accomplish. And even if there was some mutual criticism or examination or discussion of effective activism, if they'd appeared on my channel that way, some people would have watched the video on my channel and said, hey, you know what? I like their approach. I'm going to give these guys a chance. And some people would have spent a lot of money to get to Ottawa and stay in a hotel there just so they could be in this small crowd of people walking down the street with flags and I guess feel good about themselves. And so they can be in this small crowd of people listening to this woman give a speech. I mean, this is just preaching to the converted. I don't know how anyone can feel they're making a positive difference or making the world a better place by showing up and standing in a crowd of vegans, a crowd of like 30 vegans. Is it even 50 vegans? But standing in a small crowd of vegans and listening to someone say things that you already agree with. So you can just pat yourself on the back and feel like you're doing something really, quote, really radical, really revolutionary by attending this protest.
To show our support for the revolutionary solution, Nation Rising, with this major hidden ongoing scandal. Today's show, with a number of hundreds of activists, that you are truly not alone. And every time you fight against these immoral subsidies, you fight with thousands, tens of thousands of people behind you. You fight united as a nation.
I said earlier that Canada is an enormous country in terms of its size, but it is mostly empty in terms of population. And it is mostly empty in terms of talent. So, I mean, this woman who's on the microphone here, does she have more viewers on YouTube than I do? Does she have more depth or more connections in terms of reaching an audience of people who are seriously interested in vegan activism than I do? No, she doesn't. It would have been a really good idea for her or any of the organizers at Nation Rising to respond positively to my attempts to get an interview. It would have been a really good idea for them to at least let me participate in their movement, if not positively involve me. But that is exactly what was impossible for them to do. because it seems to me they are stereotypical left-wing Canadian fake radicals. And it really hurts me, it really disappoints me to see the extent to which veganism is becoming and remaining a fake radical movement. You know, there's no time to play dress-up revolutionary when there's a real revolution going on. And, you know, the vast majority of attempts to pursue social, political, cultural, and economic change are in no way revolutionary. So I ask you, why pretend? I want to be part of a real political movement, not a fake revolution.
Dun, 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 dun.